Hello everyone, I'm Kibin Alleyne and today is Tuesday, March 21st. You are now watching Open, a program that is bringing the Bronx and New York City straight to you. Don't forget to stay connected with us via social media at BronxNet For the first time in 22 years, the U.S. Army redefines what it means to be all you can be, hoping to connect to a new generation. The brand and its surrounding campaign spotlights several opportunities in the Army. Chief of Staff General James C. McConville now joins me to discuss. General, thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thanks for having us.
Now, I want to talk about Be All You Can Be. What led the Army to refresh the brand and redefine what it means to be all you can be?
Well, we think Be All You Can Be answers the question of why a young man or woman should consider joining the military and why their parents should want their kids to join the military, because you can do anything you want to do in the United States Army and you can be all you can be, and that's a pathway to success for American youth.
Now, what are the core components of the new brand and surrounding campaign?
What you're going to see is commercials coming out that they're showing already. We're very pleased to have Jonathan Majors as our narrator on the commercials. He shows the history of the United States Army, and he resonates very, very well with young men and women today.
Now, can you expand on how the Army offers possibilities with over 200 careers and countless benefits?
Yeah, we see limitless possibilities in the United States Army. You know, we're certainly famous for being masters of combat arms, but we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have nurses, we have pilots, we have cyber experts, we have musicians. Pretty much anything you want to do in life, the United States Army has that capability, and we want to expose the American people to those opportunities.
Now, why was it so important to highlight that? I think a lot of people often just believe that there's just only one way to be successful in the Army. Why was it important to highlight that?
Well, I think there's limitless possibilities to be successful, and what you'll get, no matter what role you assume in the Army, you'll get leadership training, you'll get education, you'll get discipline. You'll have the opportunity to get fit with the world's greatest health clubs. So there's just a tremendous amount of opportunities in the United States Army. Whether you stay 4 or 40 years, you'll come out of the Army a much better person, much more marketable in the civilian sector, and a much better citizen in the community.
Now, I think community is also like a huge part of, I guess, anybody's, career and just like where they want to go in life. How does this allow soldiers to build community, continue their education, and even possibly start a family?
Well, first of all, as far as community, in the military, when you serve, you become kind of part of the veteran corps, if you will. And, as far as education, we have tuition assistance, we have the GI Bill, there's tremendous amount of training. You spend your entire career getting training. And then as far as benefits, I think having a family, what we see right now is the benefits in the Army match any other industry as far as maternity or paternal leave. So there is an opportunity to have a family. In fact, I have three sons, three kids, 2 sons and a daughter that grew up in the military, and now they serve in the military.
And then can you just talk a little bit more about maybe in some ways that you've seen community be strengthened by, joining this particular community?
Well, what I see with the community is, first of all, when you join the Army, you become part of the Army community. You're a soldier for life, whether you serve 4 years or 40 years. And, if you have a chance to talk to veterans in the community, most will say, serving in the military was one of the most important things that they did in their life. And they come back to that community and they bring leadership, they bring discipline, and they bring a commitment to the United States that I think is very important for every community.
Now, I think it's important, again, to note that this is, to refresh and, just build something for the new generation. Can you talk about what the needs of the new generation are or is?
Yeah, well, I think, every generation to be successful. And, when we look at the new generation, they want to have an opportunity to do something with purpose. They want to have an opportunity to be to take advantage of their talents. And I think that's what the Army offers them, is a chance certainly to do something bigger than themselves, certainly to have a job that has purpose. But we're going to assess them and determine what their skill sets are, and then get them in the right job where they can benefit the most.
And you talked about being successful in the Army. Like, what would you say is like maybe the top two things somebody from the new generation would need to, be successful and to kind of support their community around them?
Well, I think with the success that comes out of the Army is it's really leadership and discipline. You'll get leadership experience, and you'll also get discipline. And by discipline, it's just learning how to be committed to an organization. Getting up at a certain time in the morning, completing your tasks, and being someone that the American people trust to do the right thing the right way.
Now, we're also talking, I guess, just about like moving towards the future. How is the Army modernizing its programs to appeal to a newer generation?
Well, if you take a look at the commercials that we have, and you take a look at who is narrating our commercials, it's one of the big stars, Jonathan Majors, so he can relate to the young men and women. We're also sending out some of our top soldiers to go back to their high schools and communities and talk about how the Army has helped them on their pathway to success. And then the other thing we're appealing to the young men and women today is the Army is very high in technology. All our soldiers are using technology no matter where they are on the battlefield. Artificial intelligence, we need coders on the battlefield. Everyone is using devices that require a certain amount of technology skills. So we think that's all going to appeal to the young men and women today.
Well, General, thank you so much for joining us to talk about this.
Thank you.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with more Open right after this.